Yash Rathi is a learning and organizing development specialist working with a Ford Motor Companies, and he is an alumna of the Institute of Management Nirma University and has an experience in manufacturing and logistic organization. He has a training over 1000 plus professionals in various leadership, behavioral and communication related domains, and he has designed and led OD interventions for pressing the organization matters. Mr. Yash has national and international publications in the domain of human resource, marketing, and literature. He conducted sessions on HRM, organizational behavior, analytics, and supply chain and logistics for the undergraduates and the postgraduate students in various colleges. And he has also delivered the program at the Council of Architecture, Government of India on the storytelling and designing thinking as a teaching Pajit. Mr. Yash is certified in facilitation and training of HR strategy business partner, design thinking, data analytics, and storytelling. He is a life member of the Indian Society for Training and Development (ISTD) and committee member of ISTD Ahmedabad chapter. So, a warm welcome to you, sir, and the floor is all yours. Yesterday we had a great interactive session, so today we are too eagerly excited for the further interactive session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, and good morning once again to everyone. Uh, Before we begin, the condition remains the same. Please turn on your webcams. I do not want to see the tiles without any faces. Atira ले लो attendance. Screenshot लेके mark only the cameras on for the attendance. And you can check somewhere in between as well. अगर off होता है camera, so that will be like another lead indicator कि सिर्फ starting में आके चले गए थे, and we will take one screenshot towards the end. So I think only 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, only 13 people are there with us for the session today out of 36 people who have joined. Yes. So give attendance only to these 13 people.
Okay, sir.
Okay, is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Awesome. So the topic for today, HR policy formulation, the art of high impact leadership. So what do you understand by HR policies? चलो उसको थोड़ा सा और ब्रेक डाउन करते हैं. What do you understand by policy? पॉलिसी क्या होता है?
Regarding rules and regulation,
ठीक है, बट स्टिल इसको थोड़ा सा और रिफाइन कीजिए.
That is something planning which we are doing for some betterment for that process or for that SOP which we need to that the people should follow.
Okay.
Sir, a set of rules and regulation of an organization for a particular organization.
Okay. पेरिफेरल आंसर्स हैं. थोड़ा सा और उस पेरिफेरी के अंदर आओ.
Some guidelines which we can follow on routine days.
Yes. you are quite correct. Arun, what about you? क्या लगता है?
Sir, set of rules I said.
Okay, set of rules. Okay.
हाँ.
उसमें और कुछ भी होना चाहिए ना?
Okay.
रूल्स
So
आपने बना दिए?
strategy.
Not really.
With sir, with objectives.
ठीक है, चलो आपके रूल्स भी आ गए, आपका एक सेट ऑब्जेक्टिव भी था, बट दिस इज फ्रॉम योर एंड. व्हाट अबाउट अदर्स? थोड़ा सा सोचो उन लोगों के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से क्या होना चाहिए.
Like the people should agreed about to follow that policy and rules and regulation which should be applied for on a different various terms and conditions.
एब्सोल्युटली. सो आपने रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस तो बना दिया, आपने एक प्लान ऑफ एक्शन बना लिया, बट पीपल हैव नॉट अग्रीड टू फॉलो इट. क्या करोगे? It will be a policy, but then a lot of people are not following it. So uske basis pe you can start penalizing people if they do not follow. Right? So say for example, हमारे HR class का एक क्या rule है? Basic ground rule before we start any session.
You have to turn on the camera.
बैक कैमरा ऑन करना.
कितने लोगों ने ऑन किया हुआ है? और जो लोग नहीं करते हैं उनके लिए क्या पेनल्टी है?
अटेंडेंस नहीं मिलेगी उसके लिए.
Correct. That is a policy that we have for our HR lectures.
So sir, we can also say na it's a set of code of conduct which should be followed by the employees and which represent the company's strategy, like.
Yes, वो उसका एक एलिमेंट आता है. उसमें क्या होता है, लाइक एज वी विल डिस्कस. सो एक तो होते हैं स्टैट्यूटरी रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस, फिर होते हैं जो एक मैनेजमेंट रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस, फिर आते हैं कि मॉरल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट, उसके रिलेटेड रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन. सो वो सब मिला के देयर इज अ सेट ऑफ पॉलिसीज व्हिच कम टुगेदर टू फॉर्म अ मैनुअल ऑफ पॉलिसी एंड प्रोसीजर. फिर उसके ऊपर में डिस्कशंस एंड डेलिब्रेशंस होते हैं, एंड देन यू गो अबाउट शेयरिंग इट विद एवरीबॉडी.
Sir, it is called that HR module.
Sorry,
Is it called HR module? That set of policy you are talking about.
that is called manual of
HR manual.
manual of policies and procedures. Clear? चलो आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक है, तो मैंने बहुत कम एलिमेंट्स ही रखे हैं. तो बेसिक्स ऑफ HR policies and procedures, process of formulating HR policies, writing HR policies, sample HR policies and formats. तो जो मैं आपको दिखाऊंगा जिस तरीके से वो प्रेजेंटेड है, उसके अंदर से यू कैन पिक अप द डिफरेंट फॉर्मेट्स इन विच you can create your policy documents and share it with your employees in future. इसमें से कोई ऐसा पॉइंट है जो आप लोगों को नहीं चाहिए and we can skip that, या सब कुछ चाहिए?
For policy formulation, I think all things needed.
Absolutely. So इसमें क्या है कि we will start with very ground basics of what are policies, what are procedures, and of course my favorite question, difference between policies and procedures, compare and contrast. And then we will look at how we formulate the HR policies, write them, and I'll share some HR policies which are very commonly used in manufacturing organizations, and that is also a part of your curriculum, so you'll get an idea what all is included in different kinds of policies like death benefit scheme हो गया, ESIC हो गया, leave policy हो गया, rewards and recognition हो गया. So all of those I have picked up and I'll share those policies also with you. At this juncture, any expectation, any comments that you guys might have? Like, I know it is Sunday, but then we all have come together to spend some time to learn a very critical subject within HR. बहुत लोगों को नहीं आता है कैसे लिखते हैं HR पॉलिसीज. तो अगर आपको कुछ अभी एक्सपेक्टेशन है इस सेशन से, वो आप शेयर कर सकते हो. कुछ कमेंट्स हैं वो शेयर कर सकते हो. तो प्लीज गो हेड and do not turn off your cameras.
Sir, you would be showing us some of the existing companies' policies?
Yes, I'll be showing that.
Okay, sir.
Sample HR policies में वही है.
Basically, how to make that win-win situation about the employer and to be your employee, because the policies would be on a same platform when we are implementing like few employees and the few things through a employer side, like that would be sometime hesitation. So we have to take care about both the, so how we have to be take care about the employer side and the employee side, so like the win-win situation will come.
Fair enough. That also I have included in this particular session. Any other expectations that you might have? Chalo. With that, let's start today's session and we hit the ground running with the basics of HR policies and procedures. So let's start with the basic definition. So policy is a formal statement of a principle or rule that members of an organization must follow. Each policy addresses an important issue important to the organization's mission or operations. Whereas a procedure tells members of the organization how to carry out or implement a policy. And policy is the what and procedure is the how to. Okay, and policies are written as statements or rules. Procedures are written as instructions in logical numbered steps. Clear? Now let's look at my favorite, compare and contrast. Okay, so definition हम लोगों ने जान लिया है कि policy states the company's intent and procedure describes how the company's intent is to be accomplished. It is a statement of company's philosophy covering a specific aspect of employee relationship, whereas a procedure is the method or technique by which a given policy is implemented or accomplished. Policy is a guiding principle used to set direction. Procedures are a series of operational processes required to implement the policy. The purpose of policy is to set, control, or direct actions or conduct to ensure consistency and compliance with the company's strategic direction. Whereas for procedures, you explain how to implement the specific requirements of the processes and achieve the desired results. Function of a policy is to explain who is responsible for the execution and enforcement of the policy, what the policy is and why the policy is required. Whereas the procedure explains who performs the procedure, what steps are performed, how the steps are performed, and when the steps are to be performed. What is included in the policy? So what the rule is, why the rule exists, who the rule covers, who has responsibility for enforcing the rule. And for procedure, when the rule applies, when and how actions are to be taken, consequences if applicable when rules are not followed, graphs, forms, or charts, who has responsibility for updating the rules and procedures. Some basic characteristics of policy. It has a widespread application, it changes less frequently and usually expressed in broad terms. Whereas for procedures, it has a narrow application because एक policy के लिए एक ही तरीके का implementation होगा. It is prone to change depending upon the change in the interpretation of the law. and it is often stated in a lot of detail. So this is largely the difference between policy and procedure. Clear? Okay, so let me check. Harshita Dubey, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So Harshita, tell me the functions of policy and procedure.
So, policy policy is a formal statement.
ये तुम प्रीवियस स्लाइड आप देख के बता रहे हैं. Okay, never mind. Khyati Dubey, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Khyati. So आप बताइए, what are the functions of policy and what is the function of a procedure?
No idea, sir.
अभी हमने डिस्कस किया.
Can you repeat first?
अभी जब मैंने पूछा कि आर देयर एनी क्वेश्चंस, तब किसी ने कुछ बोला ही नहीं. Let's see. Okay, who can tell me the difference? The functions of policy and procedure. Yes, Tejaswini.
Sir, in policies, it is responsible for the enforcement, and as per the procedure, we follow the steps which are being performed.
Sorry, come again.
Sir, as per policies, it is responsible for the enforcement, and as per procedure, like what we perform, what are the steps we perform, that are the functions.
Absolutely. Good job. So, Khyati, now are you clear?
Yes, sir.
तो बताइए, what are the functions? Khyati?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, what are the functions of policy and what are the functions of a procedure? अभी तेजस्विनी ने बताया.
Sorry, sir. Can't hear properly.
So आपने कैसे बोला कि you are clear with the functions? Okay, I'll repeat it once again. The function of a policy is to explain who is responsible for the execution and enforcement of the policy, what the policy is, and why the policy is required. While for procedure, it explains who performs the procedure, what steps are performed, how the steps are performed, and when the steps are to be performed. ठीक है? Were
सर,
you able-
आई हैव अ
सर,
क्वेश्चन.
धीमे.
इसको हम मतलब हमारी डेफिनेशन में बोल सकते हैं.
बताइए, क्या आपका डेफिनेशन है?
लाइक पॉलिसी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन एंड डेवलपिंग ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन लाइक दैट. मतलब प्रोसीजर में हमारी तरीके से बोलना चाहे तो, इफ वी कैन नॉट अंडरस्टैंड दैट.
सिंपल है. पॉलिसीज आर द डिफरेंट स्टेप्स.
यस.
ठीक है. सो सॉरी, पॉलिसी इज द पॉलिसी इज बेसिकली द कंपनीज इंटेंट. ठीक है. और उसका फंक्शन क्या है कि किस तरीके से वो एग्जीक्यूट एंड इन्फोर्स होगी.
हाँ, that's the point.
ठीक है.
Yeah,
Procedure is the steps that are to be performed for that enforcement.
yeah, yeah.
Simple है. Yes, Amit.
Yeah, like we are have see, just would like to give one example. So maybe the who is not understand properly, so they can maybe able to it. Like if there is an admission process, like if in a BK, there would be a 60% is compulsory for to enter to the admission in MBA, right? But after that, this is the policy which made by the university or the college. But to proceed that, the procedure would be to collect the forms, to collect the data, then to rectify all the data and summarize all the data. That would be the procedure. So policy is just like that to make it understand that this is the policy, these rules it has to follow, but to implement to accomplishment that particular goal, that would be the procedure, and what are the steps would be we are doing that, these are the procedure of that, but to implementing the policy like that.
Good example.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move ahead and look at the different types of HR policies. So basically, they can be divided into two categories on the basis of source and on the basis of description. So on the basis of source, there are four kinds of policies. One is originated policies, which are usually established by the senior managers in order to guide their subordinates. Then there are implicit policies. So these are not formally expressed, they're inferred from the behavior of managers, and they're also known as implied policies. इससे रिलेटेड कल एक परफॉर्मेंस मैनेजमेंट टूल था, सॉरी एक परफॉर्मेंस मैनेजमेंट का एक टाइप था. सो वो क्या था? rather a type of performance, to be very specific.
Sir, behavior and core performance
No.
analysis.
No. Starting में we discussed three types of performances right in the beginning yesterday, wherein some of the roles and responsibilities are not a part of the job description.
Dietic performance.
Absolutely, Arun. Good job. Next, we have imposed policies. So sometimes policies are imposed on the business by external agencies like government, trade associations, trade unions, etc. So those are imposed policies. So किसी भी organization में जो इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट एक्ट है वो एज इट इज ही एप्लीकेबल होगा. उसके अंदर में आप अपने हिसाब से एक्ट को मॉडिफाई नहीं कर सकते. सो उसके अंदर में जो रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस है वो आपको एज इट इज फॉलो करने पड़ेंगे. Then there are appealed policies which arise because the particular case is not covered in the earlier policies, and in order to know how to handle some situations, subordinates may request or appeal for the formulation of specific policies. So generally क्या होता है कि कुछ cases में clarity नहीं होती है. Say for example जो आपका purchase process है, if it is not giving clarity about who is supposed to process the bill, तो आपको बिल प्रोसेसिंग का एक पूरा नया पॉलिसी क्रिएट करना पड़ सकता है. It is the requester who is supposed to process the bill, or it needs to be submitted to the finance department and they will handle it end to end. So it depends किस तरीके से it needs to be managed. Then we have, on the basis of description, general policies which do not relate to any specific issue in particular, and general policies are formulated by an organization's leadership team, and these are called general because they do not relate to any specific issue in particular. And of course then we have specific policies which are related to certain actions like staffing, compensation, collective bargaining, etc., and they must conform to the pattern laid down by the general policies. Clear so far?
Sir, can you give an example of implicit policy?
Okay, implicit policy is, say, for example, in certain organization, there's no rule like how men should keep themselves groomed. Okay, so like beard rakni hai, nahi rakni hai, but then their supervisors are not quite happy when some of their subordinates are keeping beard. Okay, so those are like implicit policies. You have to come well groomed to the office. Like you have to like shave your beard every day and all those things. Whereas in some organizations, it's absolutely fine. People keep those stylized beards and everything.
Okay, sir.
So
Means
those
the
are
difference.
implicit policies.
So the difference between implicit and imposed is implicit is totally internal,
Correct.
and
And it may not be even written.
okay.
It needs to be implied from the behavior. Okay. Again, in some of the organizations, it is okay if people go to the office in shorts as well, t-shirt and shorts, and they can probably wear flip-flops or any sort of footwears. That's absolutely fine. But in some organizations, if you wear that and go, you'll be asked to return from the main gate itself. And same is the and now this is like implicit policy, like how the organization culture is all about. Now, same example in an imposed policy, say in Nirma, you cannot wear shorts or three-fourths. You have to wear full pants. The rule is applicable for both boys and girls. So एक केस में same policy is implicit, दूसरे में it becomes imposed. Sorry, it will be an originated policy because वो senior ने already define किया. Imposed would be say गुजरात गवर्नमेंट ने एक रूल निकाल दिया कि in colleges everybody is supposed to wear full pants. No shorts, no three-fourths. And no flip-flops. Everybody is supposed to wear shoes in colleges. So that will become imposed policy.
Okay, sir, got it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Say for example, students are confused. What type of shoes should we wear? So college ने और एक further rule निकाल दिया कि you need to wear proper formal shoes to college, or you can wear casual shoes on rest of the weekdays. On Mondays, you are supposed to wear formal shoes along with formal dressing. So that will become an appealed policy. General policy, again, it can be everybody should be in proper dress code, decent dress code meant for the organizational setting. Specific policy would be उसके अंदर ही और ज्यादा जाके details.
Got it, sir.
Okay. So this is like with one example, you can remember originated, implicit, imposed, appeal, general, and specific. Okay, but this is only a cheat code for you to remember all of these policies. Okay. Okay, अब आता है manual of policies and procedures. So all the policies and procedures are a part of a company's communication program, and generally manual of policies and procedure provides the supervisors with a roadmap to deliver clear and consistent communications to employees regarding the company's expectations and conditions of employment. So what is it that the company expect? What is it that they are supposed, in what conditions their employment is valid, in what conditions it may be revoked. So all of those things are mentioned in manual of policies and procedures. And this particular manual formulates guidelines for a systematic approach to HR policies and practices, providing fair and equitable treatment of all the employees, forming the basis for the organization's employee handbook, training for supervisors and manager, and the context for employee orientation. It clarifies the relationship between company and all of its employees. It helps in resolving difficulties and misunderstandings with respect to unwritten policies, inconsistencies, and lack of communication. And it also clarifies lines of authorities and responsibilities. So जितने भी policies and procedures हैं, जब वो साथ में आ जाएंगे एक जगह पे, that will be the manual. And if you have everything in one place, you will be able to refer to them at any given point in time. Okay, and additionally, what are the guidelines that are there? वो भी मैंने आपको बता दिया है. Now, we will talk about developing the policies and procedure. Before that, if you have any questions with respect to the basics, you can feel free to let me know. सब कुछ समझ में आया या खुद समझ में नहीं आया? और लोगों के कैमरास क्यों ऑफ हो गए? We are just 23 of us. At least everybody's cameras should be on.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Khyati.
Sir, can you repeat MAPP, Manual of Policy and Procedures?
Okay, आप बताइए इसका क्या मतलब हो सकता है?
How to manage policy and procedures?
मैनुअल है, ठीक है, मैनुअल ऑफ पॉलिसीज एंड प्रोसीजर्स. तो उसके अंदर में क्या क्या होगा? आप नया मोबाइल खरीदते हो उसके साथ में एक इंस्ट्रक्शन मैनुअल आता है, राइट? वो क्या
Yes.
होता है?
इंस्ट्रक्शन होते हैं कि कैसे रिश्ते उसको यूज करना है, कैसे सब करना है.
तो अगर पॉलिसीज एंड प्रोसीजर्स का मैनुअल होगा तो उसके अंदर में क्या मेंशन्ड होगा?
पॉलिसी किसके बारे में, उसका यूज एंड उसका उपयोग कैसे कर सकते हैं.
ओके, और उसके बारे में क्या हो सकता है?
गारंटी भी हो सकती है
पॉलिसीज एंड प्रोसीजर के मैनुअल में. Basically, all the policies and procedures form part of the manual, and it provides managers and supervisors with a roadmap जिससे कि वो क्लियर एंड कंसिस्टेंट कम्युनिकेशंस अपने सबऑर्डिनेट्स को दे सकें, कोई भी कंफ्यूजन ना हो, कोई भी मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग ना हो, और लोगों को पता चले कि किस टाइप के रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में फॉलो होंगे, और किसी भी डिस्प्यूट सिचुएशन में या किसी भी अनफेवरेबल सिचुएशन में व्हाट आर द थिंग्स दैट नीड टू बी डन, वो ये मैनुअल प्रोवाइड करता है. क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Khushali Bhatt, are you there? Khushali? MAPP is Manual of Policy and Procedure. Khushali Bhatt, are you there? Okay, I think she's not there. She has just logged in and she's not there in the session. Okay, Rajvi Kadia, are you there? Okay, all those people who are present in the session right now, please turn on your webcam so that I know how many people I'm talking to. That's about it. Athira, do we have an option to remove others from the meeting? Those who are not there for the session, we can probably remove them so that I'm dealing with only people who are actually interested in the session. Can we do that?
Yes, sir. Yeah, as Amit ji is today's organizer, so he has the right to remove the people.
Okay, so probably you can remove others because unnecessarily, let's not hold other people's time.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Harsh. Harsh, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Harsh. Tell me on what basis the HR policies and procedures are divided.
Do you mean by types of policies?
हाँ, जो मैंने दो टाइप्स बताए थे ना एंड उसका एक मैंने क्लासिफिकेशन बताया था.
General policies and specific policies?
नहीं. दो दो वेज में क्लासिफाई होते हैं एचआर पॉलिसीज. ऑन व्हाट बेसिस?
अच्छा, basis. On the basis of a source and basis of the description.
Okay, great.
Am I right?
Yes, you are right. Absolutely. Kajal, please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
On the basis of source, what are the 4 different types of policies?
Implicit policies, implied policies.
Sorry?
Organized policies, and fourth is employed policies.
Appealed policies.
Appeal policies.
Yeah, okay, great. Ashvi, are you there? Ashvi Soni, are you there? So Ashvi, tell me on the basis of descriptions, what are the 2 types of policies?
Sir, general policy and the
I
specific
am asking
policy.
Ashvi Soni.
Sorry.
Okay. Ashvi,
Yes, sir.
another question for you. So, what is the function of Manual of Policies and Procedures?
Sir, it includes it's a collection of the document which includes the which kind of the procedure we have to follow, which is universally accepted by the organization people. And it also includes the unique, like what is special about the policy and why we should follow it. So such kind of things are included in the um, manual of the
Okay.
policy.
Okay, so while I was discussing, I had spoken one line that company's manual of policies and procedures formulates guidelines for providing fair and equitable treatment of the employees. How is it possible?
Sir, I missed that because I'm not aware about this. Like, I don't have any idea about this.
Yes, so give it a shot.
Could you please
अगर एक
elaborate your question once again?
Okay, so I'll rephrase it. So say for example, आपके organization में एक dispute हुआ, ठीक है, and you want to know who is at fault,
Okay.
and you refer to the manual. So उस manual में से would you get some idea as to how you should treat these employees and how you should go about with the decision making uh, for who is at fault or who needs to be penalized? तो पता चलेगा manual में से?
No, sir.
क्यों?
Because it's a situation wise incident, so everything is not included in the manual, like such kind of procedure, like we have to follow this, but not in a descriptive manner, I can say that.
Okay. Let me rephrase. Okay. So
Okay.
say for example, there are two people. Okay. In a manufacturing location, and this question is open for everybody. And one person has been on leave for the last 7 days. His manager is not aware about it. His friends or any of the colleagues are not aware about where he has gone. So टेक्निकल टर्म्स में अमित इसको क्या बोलते हैं? आपको शायद पता होगा. So basically the person has absconded. ठीक है? According to the definition. Second case है जहाँ पे the person is on leave since the last 1 week and he has informed his supervisors and everybody is aware कि वो क्यों leave पे था. He had some family emergencies, etc., etc. Both of them come to the manufacturing site on 8th day. Employee A is asked to go back home because his name has been struck off from the role because he had absconded. But वो अपनी सफाई में कहता है कि मेरे घर पे काफी ज्यादा issues हो रहे थे and I lost my mobile phone and I did not have anybody else's number. इसीलिए मैं किसी को inform नहीं कर पाया. ठीक है? And 8 का तो केस एकदम क्लियर था. The person is allowed to enter the organization. So अब बताइए जो एम्प्लॉय ए था उसको दोबारा से ड्यूटी पे लेना चाहिए नहीं लेना चाहिए?
As per the policy, we can't take because he had not follow the rules and regulation. Yeah, but we have to see the situation. What maybe any emergency again? We have to check out the cross verify about his condition also.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything should be, we can see that it would be a fruitful or a truthness would be seen it, then we can take it. Else we can't take it as a absconding case.
Okay, Amit, tell me, अगर हमें एक इंक्वायरी करनी है तो उसका मेथड मैनुअल में दिया होगा या नहीं दिया होगा?
No, it would be not there because we have to do our own way. That methodology would be not there. That roadmap would be not absolutely not there.
I think so. It will be there, sir. Roadmap.
Sorry.
सर रोडमैप हो सकता है इसमें क्योंकि many times this कॉमन सिचुएशन है कि एम्प्लॉयज कभी कभी बता के छुट्टी ले लेते हैं तो कमिटी बैठाने का पॉइंट जरूर मैनुअल के अंदर दिया होगा.
Absolutely. So, depending upon how detailed the manual has been written for your organization, there are certain guidelines which are there. अब say for example, it can be a one-liner thing in case the employee is absconding and returns. There can be domestic inquiry which can be set up. अब जो domestic inquiry के जो rules and regulations है वो as per statutory norms ही चलेंगे. Right? So हो सकता है, ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं होगा. In most of the cases it is there, but वो उतने डिटेल में हो जरूरी नहीं है because जनरली डोमेस्टिक इंक्वायरी का जो रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस है वो स्टैट्यूटरीली गवर्नड होते हैं. मतलब जो एक्ट कहता है उस हिसाब से वो फॉलो करना पड़ता है. सो यू नीड नॉट कॉपी पेस्ट द एंटायर थिंग इन योर मैनुअल. Clear so far?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, great. This is a very theoretical subject. I'm trying to add some examples so that you understand what are the different things that can be expected uh, whenever you talk about policies and procedures. Okay, now let's talk about how do you develop the policies and procedures. So there are a couple of key considerations जो आप कहीं पे भी जाइए वहाँ पे ये चीज़ें वैलिड होंगी. One is the laws of the country. आप कोई भी पॉलिसी ऐसा नहीं बना सकते हो विच गोज अगेंस्ट द लॉज ऑफ द लैंड. ठीक है, से फॉर एग्जांपल दुबई में अगर आप रमजान के टाइम पे पानी पीते हो सो यू कैन बी पुट इन जेल. ठीक है, अगर आप पब्लिकली आप पानी पी रहे हो सो यू विल बी पिक्ड अप एंड पुट इन जेल. इंडिया में ऐसा नहीं होता है, सो आप उसके अराउंड रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस नहीं बना सकते हो विद इन योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. ठीक है, देन देयर आर सम सोशल वैल्यूज एंड कस्टम्स. सो जैसे कुछ कंट्रीज में देयर इज अ पर्टिकुलर ड्रेस कोड, या फिर देयर इज अ पर्टिकुलर वे ऑफ ग्रीटिंग, या फिर देयर आर सम हॉलीडेज व्हिच आर मैंडेटरी. सो ऑल दोज फॉर्म पार्ट ऑफ सोशल वैल्यूज एंड कस्टम्स. ऑल्सो कुछ कंट्रीज में इस लेवल तक जाते हैं कि जॉब के लिए देयर आर डिफरेंट रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस फॉर बोथ men and women. So those have been derived from different social values and customs. So again, as an organization operating in those countries, you'll have to follow those social values and customs. अब इसके अंदर में जैसे अगर मैं हॉलीडे की बात करूं, तो जैसे जो चाइनीज न्यू ईयर फेस्टिवल होता है उस टाइम पे ऑल द ऑफिसेज इन चाइना आर शट डाउन. बट इंडिया में अलग टाइम पे वो क्लोज होगा. सो अगर एक मल्टीनेशनल कंपनी है जो अलग अलग कंट्रीज में ऑपरेट कर रही है, टेक फॉर एग्जांपल फोर्ड, व्हेन चाइना वाज अ पार्ट ऑफ एशिया पैसिफिक रीजन फॉर अस, उस टाइम पे वी यूज्ड टू फेस अ लॉट ऑफ क्लैशेस क्योंकि उन लोगों का न्यू ईयर फेस्टिवल की अबाउट आधे महीने की छुट्टी हो जाती थी. एंड इफ वी हैड टू गेट समथिंग डन तो फिर वी हैड टू वेट, नो अदर चॉइस. But in India, people are ready to support also on the festival days. So ये एक difference in culture है. Then there are certain management philosophies and values. जैसे टाटाज का एक अलग ही पूरा value system है. ठीक है, so for their hospitality business, they would always hire from tier 2 or tier 3 cities. Can anybody give me the logic why?
Sorry, can you repeat again, sir? Tata.
So Tatas have a philosophy that for their hospitality business, they would hire only from tier 2 and tier 3 cities.
Okay.
Why is that?
Sir, Dubai is one of the best in hospitality management. Listening to. Yeah.
I am not talking about Dubai. I am talking about Tatas in India.
Yes, sir.
So बताइए. Why is it so?
Sir, I want you to repeat question once again for the better
Okay.
understanding.
So Tatas hire employees from tier 2 and tier 3 cities for their hospitality business. Why?
सर क्योंकि अगर वो नियर बाय सिटी से एम्प्लॉयज को हायर करते हैं तो उनको कभी भी वीकेंड्स में अगर उनको अपने घर या फिर अपने वतन जाना हो तो लाइक बहुत ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा ट्रैवलिंग वगैरह में, तो उनका जो कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रैवलिंग है ना वो भी कम हो जाएगा। और जो यहाँ वहाँ जहाँ पे वो रहते हैं ना, तो उनका भी एक्सपेंस लाइक बढ़ेगा नहीं, तो वो भी सेटिस्फाइड रहेंगे। लाइक इट कैन बी वन ऑफ द रीजन, लाइक अकॉर्डिंग टू मी। ओके।
किसी ने ताज का जो 2611 वाला जो केस स्टडी था वो पढ़ा है? एनीबॉडी? ऐश्वर्य आपने पढ़ा है तो उसके अंदर में डेफिनेटली ये चीज बार बार मेंशन करी है।
सर उनके एम्प्लॉयज जो है ना वो बहुत ही लॉयल थे, जो भी गेस्ट वहां पे अवेलेबल थे ना, लाइक उनको उन्होंने अपनी जान पे खेल के जो भी गेस्ट आए थे ना उनकी जान बचाई थी, लाइक बहुत अच्छी तरीके
Yes.
से। और फिर रतन टाटा जी ने उनके फैमिलीज को बहुत ही अच्छे से कॉम्पनसेट भी किया था, जब जिन लोगों की वहां पे डेथ हो गई थी ना,
Correct.
जो भी वहां पे एम्प्लॉयज के तौर पे काम करते थे उनको। सो दैट इज व्हाट आई नो, लाइक इट वाज अ मेन हाईलाइट एंड क्रक्स ऑफ दैट इंसिडेंट, एंड
राइट,
इट्स
और
वेरी
उसके अंदर में इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर भी है।
Sir, the value system and the culture the tier 2 and tier 3 people has with them.
Absolutely. So generally, tier 2 and tier 3 cities में people are more humble. This has been observed. ठीक है, ये एक बहुत generic viewpoint है. People are more humble and they want to learn. They have that eagerness for learning. अगर उनको एक बड़े level पे exposure दिया जाए तो. And जनरली अगर आप देखेंगे तो उन लोगों में वो एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल लॉयल्टी थोड़ी ज्यादा होती है, जो सब अर्बन और टीयर 2 टीयर 3 सिटीज के जो लोग होते हैं उनमें। सो वहां से रतन टाटा ने ये चीज को पिकअप किया था कि जो होटल बिजनेस है, बिकॉज इट इज ऑल अबाउट हॉस्पिटैलिटी एंड हाउ डू यू ट्रीट अदर्स, वो ज्यादा अच्छा सब अर्बन और टीयर 2 टीयर 3 सिटीज में ही मिलेगा। दैट इज वाई अभी तक भी वहां पे जो मेजॉरिटी हायरिंग होती है वो टीयर 2 टीयर 3 एंड सब अर्बन सिटीज से होती है। एंड ऑफ कोर्स यू नीड टू लुक एट द फाइनेंशियल इम्पैक्ट ऑफ द पॉलिसीज दैट यू फॉर्मुलेट, कि उसका कोई एडवर्स इम्पैक्ट तो नहीं हो रहा है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पे, एंड हाउ थिंग्स आर बीइंग मैनेज्ड थ्रू एंड थ्रू। ओके, नाउ ये सब मैंने आपको बताया लॉज ऑफ द कंट्री। सो देयर आर वेरियस लेबर लॉज एंड लेजिस्लेशंस पर्टेनिंग टू लेबर हैव टू बी टेकन इनटू कंसिडरेशन, and policies should conform with the laws of the country, state or province, otherwise they are bound to cause problems for the organization. Social values and customs have to be respected in order to maintain consistency of behavior throughout the organization, and the values and customs of all communities should be taken into account when framing the policies. Management philosophy and values influence its actions on matters concerning employees. So without a clear, broad philosophy and set values, it would be difficult for employees to understand the management. Financial impact. So HR policies may affect productivity and an organization's overall finances if they create unnecessary burdens or red tapeism for the organization's workforce. Organizations may also want to consider how realistic it is to enforce a policy fairly or keep it up to date, as these have the potential to create issues amongst the employees. Any questions so far? अभी तो हमने लिखना चालू भी नहीं किया पॉलिसी, उससे पहले इतनी थ्योरी आ गई। Any questions, comments, doubts? Athira, what are the key considerations that we need to keep in mind while formulating a policy? Athira, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I am audible, sir.
Yes, 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 you are.
Yes, sir. Okay, there are basically four key concerns. One is the law of the country, and second is the social values and customs, the management policies and value, and financial impact.
Okay, great. Khyati, uh, are you there?
Yes, sir.
लॉ ऑफ द कंट्री में हमने क्या बात करी थी? व्हाई इज इट इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन?
लॉ ऑफ द कंट्री में आपने दुबई का एग्जांपल दिया था।
एग्जाम्पल तो दिया था, पर उसके पीछे की थ्योरी क्या है?
कोई भी कंट्री के लॉ अलग अलग हो सकते हैं, जैसे कि हमारे वहाँ कुछ और लॉ अलग होएगा तो दूसरी कंट्री में उसके लगता कुछ अलग ही लॉ होएगा। जैसे कि आपने बोला था कि दुबई में नमाज जब वो लोग का रमजान चलता है तब वो लोग वहाँ
ओके, सो इसमें से आप क्या डिराइव करते हैं पॉलिसीज के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से?
कोई भी कंट्री अगर पॉलिसी बनाती है तो अपने कंट्री के लोगों के बारे में सोच के फिर वो पॉलिसी को क्रिएट करती है और इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करती है। आई थिंक।
Okay, Harshita, how about you? What do you think? Harshita, you are on mute. Yes, go ahead. Harshita, you are still not audible. Not yet. No, you are not audible. So you may try to log in again. Meanwhile, Mayuri, how about you answer?
Sir, can you repeat the question? Actually, मैं leave हो गई थी.
Okay, so the question is, we discussed that law of the country is very important while formulating a policy. Why? आपने सुना था मैंने ये एक्सप्लेन किया था?
नहीं सर, मेरे में आवाज बहुत धीमे धीमे आ रहा है, कट कट के।
अभी बेटर है?
हाँ, अभी बेटर है।
Okay, Ashvi, how about you respond to this?
Yes, sir. So basic concern is that we should not violate any country's law. Okay, so that was the main reason. Like we should respect the other country's law also. So considering the law, like other countries' law, will definitely gives you the positive output. Like, and the companionship will be there. So that is what my take on this.
Okay. Arun, are you there?
Yes, sir.
तो हमने सोशल कल्चर एंड नॉर्म्स की बात करी थी फॉर पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन. Why are they important?
Sir,
Amit?
Like we have to do the analysis about whatever the you can see the making the new policy. So we have to discuss about it, like if this would be needed on a which this would be affect the how the pros and cons would be there. Then when the in the development side or the implementation side, is there anything would be hurdles to us or not, or for the
Amit,
normal people also?
Amit. I'm talking about social and cultural norms.
Yes.
Sir, hello. Sir, checking while preparing the policy, we have to consider this social and custom point that behavior of a particular group or customs and their communities. We have to keep that point and frame the policy.
Absolutely. Good job. Athira, how about you talk about the financial impact?
So financial impact in the sense means we have to consider the financial condition of the where our company we had startup.
Mm-hmm.
So means on the labor's salary so that they would be able to have an improvement in their standard of living.
Sorry, come again. The last portion got cut.
Means considering their financial, if there is an improvement in their financial structure, so their standard of living would be also parallelly would be improved. So we have to consider in that part too.
So financial impact we talked about. Are there any HR policies which are causing a negative impact on the financial standing of the company? Right. So अगर expenses बढ़ रहे हैं किसी policy के वजह से, so are those expenses favorable or unfavorable?
It's unfavorable, sir.
Right. Maitri,
Yes, sir.
अभी बताओ कौन सा point बच गया है? I discussed 3 points, which is the 4th point that is remaining.
कल्चर डिस्कस किया, फिनेंस वाला डिस्कस किया, एंड
Laws भी discuss कर लिए, laws of the land.
यस
अब क्या बच गया?
सर आई कांट रिमेंबर.
अरुण, क्या बच गया है?
Sir, management philosophy and values.
ओके, काजल क्या होता है ये?
सर इसका मतलब कि वहाँ के लोगों का बिहेवियर और जो आपने बताया था वो
सॉरी काजल, आपकी वॉइस ब्रेक हो रही है. आप एक बार वीडियो ऑफ करके बोलने का ट्राई कीजिए.
ओके सर. सब वॉइस आ रही है सर?
हाँ बोलिए. हाँ अब आ रही है.
मतलब कि सर वहाँ के लोगों की फिलोसॉफी कैसी है, वहाँ के लोगों को दूसरे के प्रति कैसा बिहेवियर है, कैसा कंसर्न करते हैं.
अच्छा चलो ये बताओ, मैनेजमेंट फिलॉसफी के लिए मैंने क्या एग्जांपल दिया था?
सर आपने वो सिचुएशन दी थी कि
कौन सी सिचुएशन?
कि ये है वो 7 दिन तक ऑफिस नहीं गए थे और बाद में जब वो गए तब उनको वहां पर रखना चाहिए या नहीं.
वो तो हमने मैनुअल ऑफ पॉलिसीज एंड प्रोसीजर की बात करी थी. ये तो मैं पॉलिसी डेवलपमेंट के की कंसिडरेशन की बात कर रहा हूँ. उसमें मैनेजमेंट फिलॉसफी एंड वैल्यूज के लिए मैंने एक एग्जांपल दिया था. चलो हिंट देता हूँ, टाटा से रिलेटेड था.
ओके सर. ओके सर वो हॉस्पिटल वाला था.
हॉस्पिटैलिटी मैनेजमेंट.
हाँ हॉस्पिटैलिटी मैनेजमेंट.
क्या था काजल?
वहाँ पर टाटा ने वहीं से ही क्यों हॉस्पिटैलिटी मैनेजमेंट से ही क्यों उन्होंने सर ऐसा कुछ था. सॉरी मैं भूल गई.
हर्ष पटारिया, are you there?
Yes, sir.
क्या एग्जाम्पल था?
Why the Tata gets employee from the nearest places?
काजोल खतनानी,
Yes, sir.
what was the example that was given?
So the example was why Tata hires only tier 2 and tier 3 peoples in their
Okay.
organization.
ग्रेट। तो काजल आप बताइए, काजल ओडेट्रा आप बताइए कि इससे इसका मैंने क्या रिस्पॉन्स दिया था और वो मैनेजमेंट फिलॉसफी एंड वैल्यूज के साथ कैसे लिंक होता है।
वहाँ के लोगों की वहाँ के
Okay.
लोगों की ह्यूमैनिटी कैसी है?
ठीक है, यू आर
मतलब
quite okayish there. Kishan Rathod, are you there?
Yes, sir.
ओके किशन। सो जो मैंने एग्जांपल दिया था टाटा के हॉस्पिटैलिटी बिजनेस से रिलेटेड, सो हाउ डज इट लिंक टू मैनेजमेंट फिलॉसफी एंड वैल्यूज फॉर पॉलिसी फॉर्मेशन? ओके मयूरी, गो अहेड।
वहाँ के लोग बहुत लॉयल होते हैं इसलिए, और उनको पता है कि कस्टमर के साथ कैसे ट्रीट करना है, वो बहुत अच्छे से ट्रीट करते हैं। ताज में जब वो बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट भी हुआ था ना, तब भी उन्होंने सबको बाहर भी निकाला था। वो लोग
ओके
लॉयल होते हैं।
ओके, सो वो एग्जांपल मैनेजमेंट फिलॉसफी एंड वैल्यूज के साथ कैसे लिंक है?
हर कंपनी की पॉलिसी होती है कि उनका कस्टमर खुश रहे, वो उनके लिए ही काम करते हैं। तो वो सोचते हैं कि जब हमारा कस्टमर ही खुश होगा, तो उनके अकॉर्डिंग वो पॉलिसी बनाते हैं और रखते हैं एम्प्लॉय को।
ओके, क्वाइट करेक्ट। मैत्री।
Yes, sir. I guess the Tata organization believe that the tier 2 and tier 3 people has their inbuilt belief, and like they loyalty is in like inbuilt, like by default they have this loyalty for the customer, and they are curious about learning new things.
Okay.
So this is the belief that organization has, and so the philosophy they follow is that they should hire the employees from the tier 2 and tier 3 cities.
ओके, ऐश्वी बताइए।
Yes, sir. You have said that every company has their own set of beliefs, and as you have said, they are hiring people from the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So the people nearest, the people who are belonging to the nearest city, they are well cultured and they are eager to learn something new, and they know like how to deal with the people, like in a because such kind of hotels are, सच काइंड ऑफ होटल्स में जो है वो बहुत ही वेल मैनर्ड पीपल आते हैं इन सच केसेस, like, but in short I want to say that the people are well cultured and familiar with the city's culture, and eager to learn something new, so that's why.
ओके, अब दूसरा क्या होता है कि आई जस्ट ऐड टू द टाटा एग्जांपल। जनरली क्या देखा गया है कि जो सब अर्बन और टीयर 2 टीयर 3 सिटीज के जो लोग होते हैं बहुत जुगाड़ू भी होते हैं। ठीक है, सो एक एग्जांपल है जहाँ पे एक एम्प्लॉय की जो वॉकिंग स्टिक थी वो खो गई थी होटल में। सो दी होटल स्टाफ में से एक लड़के ने पीवीसी पाइप से एक कंफर्टेबल वॉकिंग स्टिक बना दी थी। सो दैट वाज समथिंग दैट टच्ड द पर्सन की ठीक है मेरी वॉकिंग स्टिक नहीं मिल रही थी, सो ही मेड a workable solution कि जब तक नहीं मिल रही है तब तक एटलीस्ट आई डू नॉट हैव टू सिट एट वन प्लेस. सो फ्रॉम दैट
Sir,
स्टैंडपॉइंट, या
I want to add something like गांव के जो लोग हैं वो भी जुगाड़ू तो होते ही है, but in compared to city people, they are very open minded. You know, they are try to come from their comfort zone, like out of the box. They can think and implement it. थोड़े से गांव के लोग होते हैं ना तो वो थोड़ा से rigid होते हैं, like ऐसे. So that is what I want to say. Like they are very open minded. Okay.
Right.
So yeah.
सो इसीलिए जो मैनेजमेंट कल्चर एंड फिलॉसफी जो होता है वो हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का अलग होता है, हर सिटी वाइज भी डिफर करता है. अगर आप कंसल्टिंग फर्म्स देखोगे, सो दे वुड वांट पीपल हु प्रोबेबली हैव स्टडीड फ्रॉम द टॉप 3 B schools, ठीक है, एंड दे वुड वांट पीपल फ्रॉम टियर 1 cities ओनली, क्योंकि उनके जो क्लाइंट्स हैं उनका प्रोबेबली जो एक कंसर्न होता है या फिर जो एक जिस टाइप के क्लाइंट्स होते हैं उनके साथ टियर 1 सिटी के जो लोग हैं दे कैन इजीली मैच अप. सो इट इज एन इम्प्लिसिट पॉलिसी, दे डू नॉट से इट ओपनली, बट देन दिस इज समथिंग दैट हैज बीन ऑब्जर्व्ड. Yes,
It was a fruitful discussion, sir. I really like this strategy. Thank you for this.
You're welcome.
Sir, I actually had a question.
Right.
Like this management philosophy won't come under the cultural norms?
Sorry, come
because
again?
this management philosophy point won't come under the cultural one?
No, not really. क्योंकि जो सोशल एंड कल्चरल नॉर्म्स है वो पूरे एम्प्लॉयज के ऊपर, सबके ऊपर वैलिड रहेंगे, ठीक है. से फॉर एग्जांपल अगर साउथ इंडिया में पोंगल एंड ओनम हॉलीडेज देने हैं तो वो गुजरात में देने की जरूरत नहीं है, राइट?
Actually, sir, I took this philosophy one under the culture one, so I thought that it's about the culture. Okay, thank you.
नहीं, it is more to do with the societal cultures या जो सोशल नॉर्म्स होते हैं, ठीक है. से फॉर एग्जांपल जो इस्लामिक कंट्रीज होती है वहाँ पे फ्राइडे ऑफ होता है, सो US बेस्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विल आल्सो हैव टू गिव ऑफ इफ दे आर ऑपरेटिंग इन से दुबई, बट इंडिया में दे कैन गिव सैटरडे संडे ऑफ एज वेल.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है. So these are the key considerations. Now let's look at how do we draft the policies. So let's get started. हम getting started पे आके रुक गए थे. So this is the process overview. So development of the HR manuals for policy and procedure is a major undertaking, and the progress and the process of developing an HR map is similar to any other management process. अब मैं manual of policies and procedure को map refer करूँगा, so you guys can relate it back to the full form, ठीक है. So you start with establishing goals, then you develop an action plan, then you implement the plan, and then you monitor the results. So establishing the goal में क्या होता है कि अगर आप किसी को HR map लिखने को बोल देते हो without determining the objectives and goals, it is a very wasteful process, and it can also lead to major company objectives being misstated or omitted. So therefore, before you begin, understand why you are trying to accomplish and confirm that understanding with the senior management. ठीक है. So say for example, अगर आपने एक असाइनमेंट लिखना शुरू किया, ठीक है, मैंने असाइनमेंट आपको डिटेल में नहीं बताया, आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू कि दिस इज द असाइनमेंट दैट आई विल बी गिविंग यू and we will discuss the details next week. But आप में से कुछ लोगों ने already solve करना शुरू कर दिया and you are already halfway through it. और फिर जब मैं details बताता हूँ तब आपको लगता है oh my god, I've missed out a lot of things. So क्या हुआ यहाँ पे?
मिसकम्युनिकेशन.
अभी तक मैंने communicate किया नहीं तो miscommunication.
Omitted, sir. Omitted.
Yes, a lot of things got omitted because you did not confirm with me ki this is, are we supposed to start or can we wait for some more time? So when you are establishing your goals, you first understand what you are trying to accomplish and confirm that understanding with the senior management. Now, you once you have that understanding, then you go ahead to create the action plan. So this plan is formulated by determining and sequencing the task required to accomplish your goals. The task will help you in the next step, which involves identifying who will be assigned and what resources will be necessary to accomplish your goals. And your action plan task should include the following. First, identify and prioritize a list of policies and procedures your organization needs. Obtain approval for their development. Developing the policy statements for each identified subjects. Obtaining approval for policy statements. Then you develop the procedure for implementing and administering each policy statement, and then you obtain approval for the procedures. Finally, you publish and communicate the approved policies and procedures, and you establish a process for periodic review of the policies and procedures. Clear? बड़ा सिंपल सा है. सबसे पहले आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को क्या चाहिए वो आप आइडेंटिफाई करो, उसके लिए अप्रूवल ले लो. देन यू डेवलप पॉलिसी स्टेटमेंट्स, उसका अप्रूवल ले लो कि इफ इट इज करेक्ट. पॉलिसीज बन गए, फिर उसका प्रोसीजर बनेगा, फिर उसका अप्रूवल ले लो, एंड देन यू गो अहेड एंड कम्युनिकेट इट, एंड यू डिसाइड अ पीरियोडिक केडेंस फॉर रिव्यू. सिंपल. ओके, जब आप ये स्टेप्स कंप्लीट कर लोगे, सो यू विल नीड टू इंक्लूड, सो देयर विल बी सर्टेन रोल्स दैट यू वुड नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई कि कौन क्या काम करेगा. ठीक है. सो हु विल बी इन चार्ज ऑफ मैप ड्राफ्टिंग और रिविजन. ठीक है. हु विल पार्टिसिपेट इन द प्रोसेस, हु विल अप्रूव द मैप प्रोजेक्ट्स वर्क. सो कौन सुपरवाइजर है, कौन सीनियर लेवल ऑफिशियल है हु इज गोइंग टू अप्रूव. Who will be responsible for publishing and communicating the policies and procedures? Who will be responsible for updating the map to ensure it remains useful and relevant to the needs of the organization? Okay, so you will have to identify all of these roles and responsibilities. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you need to use the action plan to prioritize the objectives, focus thinking, organize time and resources, stay on track, monitor progress and resources, and revise the plan as required. So once your action plan is complete, it is important to remember that it is not a static document. Instead, you should be prepared to evaluate your action plan periodically throughout the process to help identify potential problem areas. जो आज एक पॉलिसी आपने बना दी, कल आपको उसे डेफिनेटली रिवाइज करना पड़ेगा. इट गोज विदाउट सेइंग. एंड नथिंग कैन derail a project faster than not being prepared for or failing to anticipate potential problems. So अगर जैसे न्यू लेबर कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट, न्यू लेबर कोड आ रहा है, सो अगर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस रेडी नहीं है उसके इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के लिए, then they are up for a big trouble. वो ये नहीं कह सकते कि हम तो पुराना ही फॉलो करेंगे, पुराना will go redundant. ठीक है. Then what are the potential challenges that this kind of a project can include? So are there any of the tasks which are too complex? Do they require subtasks? If so, have you identified someone to coordinate tasks and subtasks? How will the team leader track overall progress? To whom does the team leader report the team's progress and how often? Do team members understand the steps necessary for the successful completion of this project? Does the team have the necessary resources, time, skills, and management support required for this project? If not, how can the organization support its efforts? And does the team have a method to check for consistency, relevance, and value to the organization? And this is a sample action plan worksheet wherein you can put in the name of the project, who is going to be the team leader, who is going to be the team member, what is the goal, what are the different tasks which are required, what are the different milestones against which they will be evaluated, the target date, who is responsible, and the status. And this is the timeline, like for every task, week on week, what has been the update. Clear so far? Action planning clear है?
Sir, I want you to focus more on identified resources. Could you please do that?
Sure, I'll do that. So when I talk about identification of resources, generally you need to identify who will be responsible for different things or different elements of the action of the final policy draft. Okay, like who is going to draft, who is going to participate in the process, who will approve the entire project, who will be responsible for publishing and communication, who will be responsible for updating the map to ensure it remains useful and relevant. So you need to identify the different roles, like as in like who is going to do what and when, और उन लोगों के क्या timelines रहने वाले हैं. Does that help? You can ask if it is not clear.
Sir, revised plan वाली slide फिर से repeat कीजिए.
क्या come again, Kajal?
Sir, revised वाली plan all. Revised plan वाली slide sir. Focus thinking वाली.
ये वाली?
Yes sir.
हाँ, यहाँ पे क्या?
सर ये वाला रिपीट कीजिए, ये नहीं समझ आया.
ठीक है. So you need your action plan to prioritize your objectives कि आपको क्या करना है सबसे पहले, उसके बाद क्या करना है. Then you need it for focus your thinking कि किस direction में आपको सोच के policies बनाने हैं. Then you have to organize your time and resources and ensure that you stay on track. Periodically, you have to monitor progress and resources and revise the plan as appropriate. फिर जब आपका एक्शन प्लान कंप्लीट हो जाता है तो आपको ये ध्यान रखना है कि ये स्टैटिक डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं है. आपको अपना एक्शन प्लान पीरियडिकली इवैल्यूएट करना पड़ेगा टू इंश्योर कि इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम एरियाज तो नहीं है. प्रॉब्लम एरियाज क्या क्या आ सकते हैं कि क्या कोई टास्क ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, उनको फर्दर ब्रेक डाउन करना पड़ेगा सब टास्क में. अगर ऐसा करना है तो कौन कोऑर्डिनेट करेगा टास्क और सब टास्क, वो आपने आइडेंटिफाई किया है क्या. देन जो टीम लीडर है वो ओवरऑल प्रोग्रेस को कैसे ट्रैक करेगा. टीम लीडर किसको रिपोर्ट करेगा, टीम की प्रोग्रेस और केडेंस क्या रहने वाला है उसका. टीम मेंबर्स क्या समझते हैं कि कौन से स्टेप्स रिक्वायर्ड हैं फॉर द सक्सेसफुल कंप्लीशन ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट. एंड डज द टीम हैव द नेसेसरी रिसोर्सेज, टाइम, स्किल्स एंड मैनेजमेंट सपोर्ट required for this project. If not, how can the organization support its efforts? And does the team have a method to check for consistency, relevance, and value to the organization? So ये सब potential challenges आ सकते हैं जिसके बारे में आपको सोचना है और accordingly preemptively आपको steps लेने हैं. Clear?
Okay sir, clear.
पक्का? So this is the sample action plan worksheet. जितना भी मैंने सब बताया है, it is all there. अगर आप इसे ध्यान से देखेंगे तो. Clear?
Sir,
Yes, Arun.
so while preparing this sample action plan worksheet, if we identify the problem areas, then we have to prepare again action plan by keeping this as a base.
आपको एक्शन प्लान में फिर नेसेसरी चेंजेस करने पड़ेंगे.
Means another worksheet we have to prepare, keeping this as a base.
हाँ, क्योंकि फिर आपका क्या होगा कि आपके जो कुछ टास्क हैं वो चेंज हो जाएंगे. ठीक है, सो उस हिसाब से उसके माइलस्टोन्स भी चेंज होंगे, है ना. सो टारगेट डेट भी चेंज हो सकता है, स्टेटस ऑफ कोर्स चेंज हो जाएगा. सो जो वीक वाइज कंप्लीशन है तो आप उसके अंदर में रिमार्क लिख सकते हो. जैसे अगर आपका टास्क 4 है, सो वीक 8 पे आके आपके कुछ चैलेंजेस है जिसकी वजह से आपको थोड़ा सा रिविजन करना है. सो यहाँ पे आप कमेंट डाल सकते हो एंड देन यू कैन स्टार्ट अगेन फ्रॉम वीक 9 टू वीक 16. Clear?
Yes.
Awesome. So now when you have to implement your action plan, you need to identify your organization's needs and you need to identify sources of information. ठीक है? Organization needs कैसे identify करोगे? Anyone? How will you identify organization's needs?
So generally, the organization needs to be find out with wherever we are facing the problems or where the hurdles would be there. Like either that would be a approval on approval basis or either on a task. That wherever the we are facing a hurdles. So these are the like if I would see one give an example like that to make out one area clear. For that, I need one person. So that would be one resources I needed. So on that basis, I recruit one resource to do that task, and I will make them that whatever the things they have to do in a daily basis, like on a 8 to 9 what he has to do, 9 to 10 what he has to do, 11 to 12 what he has to do. So on that basis, we can identify the organization needs where the people resources need, and then we can make the procedure about it for that.
Quite on point, Amit. Good one. And how will you identify the sources of information?
So that would be a feedback. We can take it from the people, like whatever the identify. You can see the problems they identify or the suggestions they will give it to us. So through that, who are working under the people on that areas, and also we can identify from the other people who are the similar task they are doing and to betterment of that particular task. So this way we can identify the sources of information.
काफी peripheral level का आंसर था, but then we will discuss this in detail. Yes, Ashvi?
Yes, sir. As Amit sir has said that we can also get the feedback from the customer and within the organization also. Like first, we will ask the employees that what are the loopholes and where we are lacking. Okay, so from that also, and sometimes if we are manufacturing such products, okay, so we can also take the inspiration from the competitors also, like what they have unique in their products. So we can take the inspiration and modify our product or services according to that. So this can be also like done. And what are the milestone the company wants to achieve? Okay, so on the basis of that we can just analyze the needs and modification whatever whenever it's needed. Yeah.
Okay. So largely you covered the right points, but टुवर्ड्स द एंड आते आते आप थोड़ा सा डाइग्रेस हो गए, बट आपने कुछ पॉइंट्स काफी वैलिड मेंशन किए हैं. So let's look at identifying the organization's needs and how that happens. So the first step in implementing an action plan is to identify and prioritize what should be included in your HR map. Okay, so this step can prove difficult because it requires thorough consideration of external and internal influences, uh, and what are the appropriate policies and procedures for your organization. So there are several categories of policies that you should consider in determining what should be included in your HR map. ठीक है, अब आप को मैं एक रिकमेंडेशन दूंगा कि ये आप इस तरीके से नोट कीजिए. Implementing your action plan, identifying organization needs, and identifying sources of information. ठीक है. Next, under identifying organization needs, legal requirements necessary for company operations, and what's the policies that supports organization change. फिर उसके अंडर में अगर कुछ और सब पॉइंट्स आते हैं तो आप उस तरीके से इसको नोट डाउन कर सकते हैं, तो ये आपका एक अच्छा माइंड मैप तैयार हो जाएगा. So policies that are legally required. So certain policies, जैसा कि मैंने आपको पहले बताया था, they are required by external sources, and there are statutory regulations will mandate many of the policies and procedures. Policies may also be required by vendors, consultants, or financial restrictions. Failing to develop and distribute required policies, along with making procedural mistakes in implementing them, can prove very costly to the organization in terms of fines, lawsuits, or loss of contracts and licenses. Amit, any example that you can give? Amit, are you there?
Yes, sir. Policies that legally required.
हाँ, so कौन से ऐसे पॉलिसीज होते हैं जिसके लिए फाइन या कुछ देना पड़ सकता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को?
Just like if I have a compulsory to be followed of the PAPSIC rules where the applicable would be by the organization through a government. So if I will be not follow that, and if the labor officer will be come to at my organization, then I have to do. Then that would be working hours would be there. If I will be not pay any, you can say the extra working hours to the people who are working with us. So then again, if any loopholes they will find out in my, you can say the manuals or whatever, they will check the timesheet and all. So then I have to be in a soup and I have to make a penalty for that. So there are so many things which the government has made the policy on the employee, and employer has to mostly follow all the rules and regulations. So if I will not follow that the things, then I have to make a penalty.
चलो एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं. से फॉर एग्जांपल आपने प्रोफेशनल टैक्स फाइल नहीं किया.
Yes.
तो क्या होगा?
Definitely the penalty will be there, because if on the time limit I have not done it, and then the penalty will start it.
Okay, कितना पेनल्टी होता है? Any idea?
I'm not having that any idea about it, but that would be interest rate would be they will be make it and they will do it.
Yes, so interest rates and all those penalties are quite high, because of which जो उसका ओवरऑल पेनल्टी होता है उसमें आपको प्रोफेशनल टैक्स प्लस पेनल्टी प्लस इंटरेस्ट सब कुछ मिला के इट बिकम्स अ ह्यूज अमाउंट.
Yes.
So जो आपके इंटरनल पॉलिसीज हैं दे शुड बी इन लाइन विद द legally required policies.
Sir.
Yes, Maitri.
Like if there is a construction company and the laborers they are working in their company, so they need to provide some safeguards like when they are working, and if something happens like if they don't provide it and if something happens, they will be answerable for the same. So this will be the external sources, right?
Sorry, your
For
voice
the
is breaking, Maitri. Come again.
Sir, if there is an construction company
Okay.
and the laborers working in that company need to company need to provide them the safeguards, like safety for the workers who are working there.
Mm-hmm.
And if the
Okay.
organization don't provide them and if something happens,
Mm-hmm.
then they will be answerable. And so the this will be the external source, right? This policy, like it's a policy that they need to provide it, it's compulsory. So
Yes.
this will be external, no?
Yes. So generally, hazardous working conditions and safety working का डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल सेफ्टी एंड हेल्थ गवर्न करता है और उनके कुछ रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस रहते हैं और उसके बेसिस पे यू नीड टू प्रोवाइड पीपीईज दैट इज पर्सनल प्रोटेक्शन इक्विपमेंट्स एंड workplace safety workplace safety equipments etc. So अगर organization ये provide नहीं कर रहा है then they can again be penalized. जब भी डिश अथॉरिटीज का ऑडिट होगा तो दे कैन बी asked to like present what all do you do, what are the things that are missing. So
sir, that regular medical health checkup every month they have to provide, like the workers are working in the mines, so every month they have to give the medical checkup.
So industry specific अलग अलग होता है. I'm not quite sure about the mining industry, but then अगर medical requirements है and if they are not filing it timely, so then again it will be a big challenge. So say for example अगर I'll just allow me to complete Arun. So जैसे डिश का रिक्वायरमेंट है, डिश इज डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल सेफ्टी एंड हेल्थ. सो अगर डिश बोलता है कि फॉर माइनिंग इंडस्ट्रीज you need to provide medical certificates for every employee monthly. So आपका internal policy किस तरीके से होगा कि say in the last week of every month there will be medical checkups to be done mandatorily at the mining site by a certified surgeon. Certified surgeon generally act के point of view से is the only one who can sign all the factory related medical documents. So वो जो certified surgeon है वो अगर sign करके देता है only those documents can be submitted. तो इस टाइप का suppose एक उन्होंने internal policy बना लिया. Yes, go ahead Arun.
Sir, another I want to ask that, sir, what about maternity leave? Is there we have to provide a specific policy for that, because government has already provided that 12 weeks. If I'm not wrong, 12 weeks minimum you should give.
Change हो गया I think change हो गया. Pre and post maternity का duration change हो गया है. And there are a certain number of weeks that have been identified. So I'll get back to you. But again उसके according अब कुछ organization में क्या होता है, because of this reason a lot of organizations do not hire female employees, married female employees. ठीक है? So this is an implicit policy that they have created, and उस तरीके से एक discrimination created रहता है. But a lot of organizations are now being sensitive to these issues, and they are accommodating female employees. They ask them to go on a sabbatical, and once they join back, they are again absorbed within the organization. Yeah, but maternity leave of course आपको देना पड़ेगा, और जो उससे associated जो rules and regulations होते हैं with respect to working conditions, वो भी आपको follow करने पड़ेंगे. It is not just about leave.
So we have to put this point in our policy while making policy, or we can write that as per government.
Generally आपको ये internally लिखना पड़ेगा, because a lot of people would not take effort to go and read the policy.
Okay.
ठीक है, जो आपके HR के परव्यू में है वो आप लिख सकते हो कि say for example domestic inquiry as per the statutory norms, क्योंकि वो आपको ही करनी है. पर अगर कोई ऐसी चीज है जो ऑपरेशंस के पास भी जा रही है, उस केस में यू हैव टू बी डबली श्योर एज टू व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू प्रेजेंट टू देम. ठीक है. Then there are policies and procedures that are necessary for company operations. Yes, Ashwi, you had a point.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, I want to ask something. I'm not sure that is related to that or not, but we can also say that if the company has not appropriate license, like regarding or connect, like regarding to the employees, like I have heard that कि जो कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स होते हैं ना, उनके पास लाइसेंस, लाइक उनको लाइसेंस रखना पड़ता है, कंपनी को भी और उनको भी, जब वो एम्प्लॉयज को काम पे रखते हैं ना तब. लाइक अगर मैं कॉन्ट्रैक्टर हूँ, आप भी कॉन्ट्रैक्टर, तो आपके लाइक अलग अलग लाइसेंस होते हैं. सो सर ऐसा होता है तो फिर भी फाइन हो सकता है ना, अगर नहीं है तो वो भी एक
Yes.
फैक्टर में आ सकता है ना.
Yes, yes. So जो you can read about this in Contract Labor Regulations Act. उसके अंदर में काफी डिटेल में दिया है. CLRA बोलते हैं, और उसके अंदर में जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट लेबर से रिलेटेड मल्टीपल डूज एंड डोंट्स हैं, वो सब उसके अंदर में मेंशन्ड है.
यस सर.
Yeah. It's been quite some time I have referred to all of these acts, but if you want insights on any particular act, I can put up a summary for you. That should not be an issue. Okay. So coming back to policies and procedures that are necessary for companies' operations. So basically, it is up to you to determine whether a policy or a procedure is necessary for your organization, because ये आपको पता कैसे चलेगा? Because your employees seem confused about the appropriate way to behave. Clarification is needed to keep the company compliant with legal requirements and to protect company from legal actions. जैसा कि अश्विन ने बताया कि अगर कॉन्ट्रैक्टर ने लाइसेंस नहीं लिया है एंड स्टिल उसके एम्प्लॉयज आपके प्रेमाइसेस में काम कर रहे हैं, then a legal action can be taken. There is a lot of guidance needed to ensure most prudent way to handle various situations. There's a need for consistent work rules and standards. There's a need to provide fair and equitable treatment for employees. So it is very important for you to recognize that HR policies and procedures may already exist. They just may be covered in some other documents throughout the organization. So if that is the case, instead of drafting new policy language, you may work instead on concentrating and consolidating existing documents into one manual. Say for example, अगर maternity benefit के related जो documents हैं, वो एक अलग documents के एक अलग policy के अंदर mentioned है. आपके जो contract labor regulation से related जो भी laws हैं, वो एक अलग document में mentioned है. So it is like scattered all over the organization. So you bring them together in one manual and consolidate so that आपको पता चलेगा कि आपको कौन से rules and regulations पे work करने की जरूरत है. So this will ensure consistency in meeting organization's goal and make it easier to apply policies and procedures uniformly throughout the organization. Next, we have policies and procedures that support organizational change. So it is important to update your map to remain compliant with legal changes. It is also important to ensure that it reflects organizational change. So for this reason, it is important to have good understanding of the company's goals for the next 3 to 5 years when you are developing your policies and procedures. So you can anticipate the organization's future needs by considering some of the following. Like अगर कुछ operational changes हैं, जैसे कोई new equipment आ रहा है, कोई new machine आ रही है, there are changes in business hours, तो उस हिसाब से कैसे certain things change होंगे. For example, COVID times में जब crew shifts create हुए थे, like in some organizations there were 2 shifts created, there were 3 shifts created. So उस हिसाब से if the organization is providing canteen facilities, तो उनको देखना पड़ेगा कि कौन से एम्प्लॉयज को सिर्फ ब्रेकफास्ट और लंच देना है, कौन से एम्प्लॉयज को ब्रेकफास्ट एंड सपर देना है, कौन से एम्प्लॉयज को सपर एंड डिनर देना है. सो वो उस हिसाब से इट नीड्स टू बी मैनेज्ड. Then plans for opening or closing locations with different classifications of employees, changes in employee staffing levels and responses from employee exit interviews, or employee opinion surveys. And of course, by anticipating upcoming changes to the organization, you can be proactive in developing policies and procedures that won't be in conflict with the organization's future plan. So any questions or queries so far? Anyone? Okay. So let's look at the different sources of information. So to gather information for your map, it will require you to obtain input from a variety of internal and external sources. So you can do it through existing policies and procedures जो within the organization exist कर रहा है. So आपको सिर्फ उनमें consolidate करने की जरूरत है. You need to see कि whether they require any changes, whether they require any update. So that can be done. If there is no existing policies and procedure, then what you need to do is you need to connect senior managers, supervisors with the initial list of policies and procedures to consider. And this will serve as a reference point for you for generating thoughts and discussions on what are going to be the essential components. And also for the existing policies and procedures, what you can do is you can interview the managers and supervisors throughout the organization to check if there are any inconsistencies, complaints, grievances, or past misunderstandings. So you can ask these basic questions like, are you aware of the policy on overtime? Do you think this policy has been effective in supporting the goals of organizations and the employees? Do you understand the policy enough to explain it to the employees in your department? What kind of misunderstandings have been there with this policy? And if you could revise this policy, what kind of revisions would you make? So आपको एक existing policy में से काफी सारे pointers मिल जाएंगे to act upon, right? Then we talked about no existing policies. Then we talk about conditions of employment. So the subject of your HR map may vary from other organizations, and variations reflect the differences in the size and type of your company, the industry in which you operate, organizational changes you are undergoing, the purpose of the manual, as well as the managers and supervisors who will receive and use the manual. Okay. And internal records and resources. So generally क्या होता है कि हमारे पास already काफी सारा data होता है with respect to employee grievances, disciplinary actions, exit interview, some sources of misunderstandings, employee opinion surveys. So you need to look for patterns and conditions of employment and take advantage of your internal resources. So you can identify what are the areas of misunderstandings or complaints, what decisions did the supervisors make in trying to resolve the misunderstanding, were the decisions and actions taken effective in resolving the issues, and what kind of questions have the employees been asking about their employment. So अभी आप क्या कर रहे हो, आप हर जगह से डेटा पुल इन करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो so that all your data is consistent and valid all throughout. Next आता है experts or consultants. So Amit.
Yeah.
In your organization, do you like reach out to legal experts या फिर आपका internal legal team है कोई?
No, we are having a consultant for the labor, whatever the labor compliances we are having. So whenever the things would be happen, any labor inspector comes to our factory, or either that would be any branch of all over the India. So we have a consultant. So first we will whatever the visits they have done it, a labor officer or a factory inspector. So they will, after completion of that inspection, they will give the paper about their compliances, that these compliances you have not fulfilled. So kindly do the needful within 15 days or 20 days or 30 days. Whatever the things would be, we have first read it, we've gone through it all. Whatever the things would be done by from our side. So we will fulfill all that, and we require the any suggestions or feedback to fulfill that documentation from the consultant, so they will guide to us. So accordingly that we will do that, and then after that we go to meet to the labor officer and we will submit all the documentation, and they will again give the compliances certificate that right now there is no compliances there, so you have fulfilled all the documentation part whatever we had done it. And then this process we are doing on every year whenever the factory visitors come, or either labor inspector comes, or maybe sometimes the from the audit team will come, because we are having a third party audit for the HR department.
Okay.
So the third party will come and they will verify all the documentation part of, maybe they will randomly pick up the any employees documentation from the any branch, and they will see that all the documentation are fulfilled as per the policies or not, as per the required their education certificate or all the appointment letter and the relieving letters or whatever. So they will guide accordingly to us if that is not fulfilled, or they will put the compliances and they will go to the higher management that this department has these queries, so you just fulfill, just like a account audit.
Right.
So we have to fulfill
So,
within a period of time.
great. Thank you for sharing that. And generally, as Amit rightly mentioned, that outside consultants and the legal advisors will be able to identify all the subjects requiring policies. अगर पूरा लेबर कंप्लायंसेस हैं, सो व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट कंप्लायंसेस दैट यू आर सपोज टू हैव, और उससे रिलेटेड क्या पॉलिसीज आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में होनी चाहिए विद रिस्पेक्ट टू डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, with respect to filing, with respect to certain submissions. So all those policies can be created within the organization so that जब भी इस type का audit हो, you are 100% compliant. Then other organizations, so other industries or other organizations of similar size can be a wonderful resource. And if there are no proprietary information, some of the organizations not only share their policies but also the procedures as to how they're implementing their policies. And some companies do not share the documentation directly because they may be direct competitors. So it's absolutely all right. आपको जो भी information मिल रहा है, you gather it together for your policy formulation. Now, next step would be writing your policies and procedures. And I think we are right on time for a break. So before going on a break, if you have any questions, we can take that up. Else we meet at 2 o'clock and resume again. Any questions or queries? अभी तक सब कुछ समझ में आया है? Tell me about that.
Yes, sir.
समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Great. So अभी bear with some theory because जैसे मैंने कल बताया, performance management, writing policies and procedures ये बहुत theory oriented है. आपको इसके basics पता होने चाहिए. Only then you'll be able to actually go ahead and develop. ठीक है, इसीलिए आई एम फोकसिंग मोर ऑन थ्योरी इन द फर्स्ट हाफ, क्योंकि लंच के बाद अगर मैं आपको थ्योरी बताऊंगा तो फिर खत्म पूरा सेशन. लंच के बाद एप्लीकेशन ओरिएंटेड ज्यादा मजा आता है. ठीक है, so what we'll do is it's sharp 1 o'clock. We'll resume back again at 2, and in the second half we will discuss about how do you write a policy. We'll look at some sample policies, and of course we'll look at your assignment. Okay, okay, great, and see you all at 2 o'clock. Enjoy your lunch.
Okay, sir. Enjoy your
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Take care. See you.
Hello, Amit sir.
Yes.
Sir, I am Arun Saman. So my sister also took internship last year in your JetBlue, if I'm not wrong. JetBlue.
Yeah, Aditi.
या अदिति कंफर्म कर दो।
Yeah, tell me.
हाँ, नहीं तो बस ये था कि आपसे अदिति ने भी पूछा था ना, पीजीडीएम कोर्स में मैं लेने वाला था,
Yes,
1
yes,
ईयर का
yes.
था, यू टोल्ड दैट गो फॉर 2 years, so I
Yes,
took
yes.
and this MBA in defense management I took it.
Okay, okay.
So I was remembering that word Amit sir was there, but when you sir asked you na different branches are there, so I connect that it is talking about that so only.
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Same to you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.